Borders in Excel are more than just lines around the cells. They help organize data, improve readability, and make your worksheets look professional. Hello and welcome to Ben Academy. In this video, we will go through all the border options in Excel and show you how to use them effectively. Let's get started. Suppose we have a file like this. The simplest thing that everyone can do is adding borders around all the cells of the table. You can do this by simply going to the border option here in Home menu, Borders, and select all borders. You can see that all the cells now have the borders. But in many cases, you may want to separate a part of the table. For example, the title of the table, in many cases, is preferred to be separated. It's up to you. For me, I prefer to add a thicker line around the table, around the header of the table, by selecting the thick outside border like this. You can see that it's now separated. And also, if you want to separate the left side, you can do this by choosing the same option. And if you want to create a border around the table with a thick line, you can also select the rest of the cells and select a thick line like this. Now let's introduce the other options in the menu. If you want to add a border in the bottom of a cell or selected area, you can select the first item. It depends on the selected area. If you have selected only one cell, if you select the bottom border, you can see that the border is added to the bottom of the cell you had selected. But if you select more than one cell like this and select the same option, you can see that the line is added at the bottom of selected area, not in the bottom of all the cells in the selected area. So pay attention what cells you want to apply the border. And the other options are also similar. Top border, left border, and right border are similar to bottom border, and they add a border around the selection area. And no border is used to remove the borders, to remove unnecessary borders. For example, if you have mistakenly added some borders here, you can select them and select no border. Now the borders are removed here. And the other option that I used at the first is all borders. Outside border is another useful item here. For example, if you want to add border only, let's first remove these borders here. If you only want to add border around a selected area like this, you can add outside border here, and you can see that the border is now added only around the area you had selected. The other option that can be really useful is bottom double border, especially when you want to write a total value or a summation. In many cases, it's preferred to add a bottom double line at the end of the table. For example, here we have a summation. It's a total value. It's a summation of all the values in the above table. If you want to add a double line, you should select the last line of the table and then select bottom double border. You can see that now it's separated and the sum is now visible here. Other options like adding a thick bottom border or thick at top and bottom, or thick at bottom and ordinary line at top, and also double line at bottom and ordinary line at top are also other practical options you may want to use in any case. For example, if you want to separate this part of table from the bottom side, you can select the area and then go and select the thick bottom border like this. You can see a line is added at the bottom of selected area. The other options here are used to draw the border manually by your hand. For example, draw border can be used for drawing some lines vertically and horizontally, or draw border around the selection area like this. You can see that internal grid lines have no border. The other option here, that is draw border grid, is a bit different than the previous option. If you select some cells, you can see that internal grid lines have also borders here, and it's different than the previous option. You can still draw lines horizontally and vertically, similar to previous option, but the difference between these two options are this: drawing line in internal lines or not drawing line in the internal lines. And the other option is erasing the border. You can erase any border you have drawn wrongly like this. Even in your table, you can remove every line you have drawn. And you can also change the color of the lines, color of the border. You can change it to the red. If you draw a line like this, you can see that it's red. And if you select the options that are predefined here, they also draw the lines in the defined color as you now specify. For example, if you want to add a border for this selected area, if you select all borders, you can see that the lines are now red. And every line you draw are now red if you select in predefined options or if you draw them manually. You can also change the style, and changing the style is also applied for all the options here. We will see. For example, if you select the double line, you can draw a double line whenever you want. You can select an area like this. But if you also select some cells, and if you use the options here, for example, all borders, you can see that the borders are now drawn as double line and also in red color. It's very practical in many cases. For example, if you want to change the thickness for a specific part of table to make it visibly different, you can do this. The last option here is more borders, and it depends on the selection area. If you have selected only one cell, everything you will do will be applied on only this cell. And if you select more than one cell like this, everything you do will be applied on all these selected cells for this option, more borders. Now you can see all the options we talked about as style, color, and the lines. Here, all of them are available here, and you can define every kind of border you want. You can change the border or every side of the selected area as you wish. For example, if you want to change the style as this line and the color of, for example, green for the left side, you can do this for the right side. Or if you want to make a thick line in the bottom with another color, you can do this. If you want to add a double line with orange color, you can add here. But internal lines are now the same color as red, and you can change them again with, for example, yellow, but with a dashed line. But let's change the color to another one because yellow is not visible too much. Yeah, and now you can see that the internal lines inside the selection area is now dots with blue line. Okay, after pressing the OK, you can see that the specifications are now applied to the selection area. The upper side is double line, the bottom side is a thick line but blue. Left hand side are another style with green line, and the internal lines are now blue dots. I hope this video is useful for you and you have enjoyed this tutorial. And if you have any question, you can write your comments below this video and other videos in our channel. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel. See you in other videos.